So you've created your website for your business and you're experiencing high bounce rates. Nobody's staying on your website. Nobody is taking action. Nobody's signing up to your email list. Nobody's doing anything. They're just kind of, you don't know why. They're just going to your website and leaving. Well, we're going to solve that today with just a few quick tips that you can apply on how to keep people on your website and get some traffic coming to your site. This is Small Town Entrepreneurs Podcast, and I am answering questions that you ask me on your struggles as an entrepreneur. You can ask me and share any struggles that you're having with your business as an entrepreneur. All you have to do is go to smalltownentrepreneurs.com. Click on that contact page. There you will see. You just put your email in, your name, send that message. Let me know what is going on with your business. What are you struggling with? That's how this episode was made, and the past ones, and the future. I'm creating episodes specifically for you, but let's talk about how to keep people on your website. I got some tips for you that you can go and apply immediately. So stay tuned. Take notes on what you're going to do after this episode. You can go ahead and go do it. Make sure that your website's set up for these, because these are not just tested by myself, but it's industry standards right now. It's what is keeping people from leaving your website as soon as they get on there. So the first tip that I have for you is to use more white space. Have more clear areas. Don't just fill your website up with wall-to-wall content. White space makes your content more legible, creates a more clean and trusting, like oh, this is real. This isn't just a scammy website. It's real. And it's going to make your content more legible while also enabling the user to focus on the elements surrounding the text. And it's going to allow you to apply some of the tips that I'm going to talk about as well, to where that's going to catch their eye and they're going to see what it is that you want them to do. So make sure that you don't overload your website with too much content. White space around text and titles increases user attention by 20% in a study. White space, this is a study, I've looked it up and I did it myself, and when I made my first website, I don't even want to share it. It's so embarrassing. It was garbage. Like, I was expecting the garbage man to just pull up in the truck in my house and just knock the door down and come and throw my website, my computer in the trash and bring it with him, because it was garbage. But once I started that's the first thing I did was this white space. It's because it's easy. It's okay, delete some of the content, but make sure you're deleting the right content. White space around text and titles, like I said in the study, showed that it increased the user attention by 20%. White space can also make your website feel more open, fresh, and modern. If your branding is consistent with that, it can help you communicate the feeling, the vibe, the benefits of your business to the user who is on your site at that moment. And for all the users that get on your site, this is a downside now of white space to keep in mind, is that it does indeed take up some space. If you're wanting to use some white space and set it up right, it's going to take up a little bit of space and kind of limit what all you can share. But hopefully, I wouldn't think that you have a ton of content, and especially if you're listening to this and you're starting off, you're not going to have a ton of content. You shouldn't. Just make sure that it's relevant content that you're posting on your site. The key is to find the balance between what is most important to communicate at the top and surround that with some space to highlight your call to action, your image, or text. That's the key. Focus on the important areas that you're trying to communicate. The second tip I have for you, though, is to optimize your page speed. Make sure that it is fast on desktop, not only desktop, but make sure that it is mobile friendly. Make sure your site is mobile friendly. Make sure you edit and make sure you set it up for where somebody can log onto it to your site through the cell phone. Not everybody has a laptop or a computer, so make sure that your site is set up to be mobile friendly and that you optimize your page speeds. There's free tools for this. I'll link in the description. Google has a free tool. There's a free tool where all you do is you copy your URL and you test the speed there. And then there's one that tests, it's free as well, and it tests the speed for your website for mobile as well. And same thing, you just copy the URL, paste it, and it's going to tell you how fast it is and if you need to fix it and what you need to improve on, what the issue is. Excuse me. Third tip I have for you, though. The second one was optimize your page speed for both desktop and mobile, and make sure that your site is mobile friendly. Make sure that you shrink the text down, you align it and arrange it to where it is not off center and somebody comes to your page and just looks like somebody just got mad and had a rampage in your website. So it's like the guy on Willy Wonka, where you got sucked into the TV whatever, and then he just got mad and just trashed your site. You don't want that site looking like that. You want it to be set up right for mobile. Third tip though, use call to actions, or improve if you haven't, or if you are already using calls to actions, improve your current ones. Your customers are already accustomed to following visual cues, as we are as well, to determine which content is important to them. Calls to action that are clearly marked with an action word enable your website users to more easily navigate. You're just gonna, oh, this is what I need to do. Okay, appreciate it. Appreciate you telling me. I don't have to even think. It's gonna make it more easy for them to navigate through your site and get what they want and get them to where you're trying to get them to within your website. You need to be trying to aim to get them to one specific area. It's a funnel to your website. What's the main thing? What is your business? You want to get them to that, take that action, get them there, use a funnel. But you want it to be, you want to have calls to action simple. Don't do a whole paragraph for a call to action. You want it to be a simple phrase, sentence or bullet point, however you want to do it. Make sure it's short, but it provides every bit of information that you need to share to get them to take that action. So if you have some bad calls to actions or calls to action right now, and you're having bounce rates, improve your call to action visually with the font, potentially the wording, the phrasing, the color, or like I said previously, with the more white space. Fourth tip I have for you is to use quality links within your website. When you actually add a link to any page, you're saying you want the user to click there. And that's what you're telling analytics and Google as well. So when you add a link to anything, whether it be a image or text, you're saying, hey user, I want you to click here. So make sure the links are easily identifiable by visual cues. So you want to underline, you could underline text, do a different color, do a bold, do a italic. I'm having a word jumble. Italicize. Italicize it potentially. You want to make that stand out, have a visual difference, something that stands out and it's going to catch their attention. Make sure that it is identifiable. Underline, like I said, underline text works good. Italicize it. Do a different color than the rest of the text. Do a box behind it that's a different color. But colored text draws the attention of the reader and it lets them know this is a link to be clicked on. Using quality link. Make sure that you're using quality links to quality sites. But make sure that you're using the links and letting people be able to see visually that is a link to click on. Hey, I need to click here. But making it stand out via font. Change the font up, maybe do a different font style, different font size, like I said, color, do a box, a button behind it, do a button in general, something to make that stand out to say, hey, this is a link, I need to click here. Next tip I have for you is to add bullet points to the key information within your site that you're sharing. This could be you need to do that with the benefits that you're providing, the solutions that you're providing for your audience in your business. And every business is providing some type of solution or some type of benefit, or else it's not a business and it's not in business. So that's a good area to use bullet points. It's going to draw attention to your main focuses of your business and what your business provides. Solutions provided, how the visitor, like I said, how the visitor will benefit from your business and why they need to take action within your site, within your business, why they need to be a part of your business. Lead them to the benefits that you provide within your business from there. Start that funnel like I mentioned previously. And let me remind you, if you enjoy this website, and I want to thank anyone, I want to start doing some, it's going to be secretive, I don't know what I'm going to do, and it might be something little. I want to start doing something for people who are reviewing the website, the podcast, not the website. If you could, one day they may have that where you can review somebody's website, and there's no telling, but if you've taken the time to review the podcast, I want to thank you very, very much. And I want to remind you to, if you haven't, to please just take the time to throw us a good positive review. Or if you think I'm, the equivalent to a dog turd on the park sidewalk in July or August, let me know. But throw me a review up, and it's going to help grow this podcast, which gets questions like today's topic, and it's going to help me create episodes and answer questions that you have that you may not have even known this is what I've been wanting to know, but I didn't know how to ask it. Or maybe you will have it in the future. It's going to help us create more content and better content. So review and share it with other entrepreneurs, with other business owners as well. Let them know about this podcast, and let's get them in the community as well. This is a community specifically for entrepreneurs, for us to overcome our obstacles in limiting environments and not always have to spend money to do this, and learn the ways that we can grow and prosper, create a successful business, be a successful entrepreneur in any type of environment that we are in currently. So I appreciate that. Let's get into this next tip though. Last one, like I said, was add bullet points to your key information on your site. Next one though is for you to use images where it counts. People across the internet are getting smarter and faster at judging websites. I know I am. So before deciding if they want to even go through this site is crap. This dude doesn't know what he's talking about. This lady is crazy, man. This lady's a bomb. What is this site? That's how it can be harsh. But if you use images everywhere and spammy, you're kind of asking for that. And I did that at first as well. But that's why if you are doing this, you take this note and you go do it and fix it after this podcast. But, people we're catching on. The internet's a fairly new thing. But we're learning the wave. And we're starting to easily be able to pick out what a crappy generic stock photo looks like, and then what a personal photo looks like, what a photo that somebody created looks like. So use quality images. Don't use just stock images on your website, and use images that are related to the content, to the text that you're talking about, use images related to your business. You want to use images related to what it is that's in your page, within that page. And you want to share images that are authentic to you created, not just no stock images. Use quality images and make sure that they are relevant and non-generic. Next tip though, include well-designed written headings. Your headings and content should be driven by what your potential customers are looking for. Including keywords in your title is very important for targeting your message and attracting the right audience, and ranking in SEO as well. Search engines typically give headings more weight over other content, so choosing the right heading and making it stand out can significantly improve your searchability and improve the amount of people who actually stay on your website or take action within your website. So make sure you're writing good design headings using keywords and letting them know what are they here for? Do you have what they're here for? What are the benefits? How is their problem getting solved? Share that within your title, simply summed up in a keyword. So very, very important. But search engines typically give headings, like I said, more weight over other content. So you want to make sure that you're doing this. So use well designed and written headings. Next tip that I have for you is keep your website and pages within the website consistent. Consistency means making everything match. Your heading sizes, your font choices, your body text size, the coloring, button styles, spacing, design elements, illustration styles, photo style, anything like that. You want to make sure that it's consistent on all pages of your website. Everything should be themed to make your website run together simultaneously and match and really show that you don't look like crap. It's showing that you are an authority in what you're talking about. You are actually providing a solution, not just you're providing the real solution. You're providing the repair, not the duct tape per se. So make sure that your site content throughout all your site's content is consistent. And let me share this with you. Am I in the right place? Am I on this website? Where is this? Where my answer's at? Where's my answer? Where's my solution? Am I in the right place? That's a question that I find myself asking, and others do as well when navigating. When you're navigating through an inconsistent, crappy website? And when I do, you know what I do? I usually end up doing the same thing I do to a basketball. I bounce, bro. I'm out, G. When I gotta go run an errand, I leave. That's the same thing I do for that website. So you want to let them know that they are in the right place and where they need to go, where their answer is, where they need to go, where that answer is at. So keep the website pages consistent throughout your site. Don't be inconsistent, confusing, and making people question, are they in the right spot? Or are you even are you even eligible to be providing what you're doing? Now, next tip I have for you is to catch your 404s. While search engines don't punish you severely for 404 errors now, did I say effers? Effer. But while search engines don't really punish you severely, and too bad for, 404 errors, which is a page not found. That's what that means. Meaning your page is not found. When a user approaches a link or image, they are expecting this link was going to take them to where they want to go. And it's not. And then they, man, screw this podcast, screw this blog, screw this business, man. What is it? Screw this YouTube channel. They give me this site and it's not even linked to nothing. They're garbage. I'm not never watching them. That's how people act. Can't blame them. So simply put, encountering a 404 error message annoys us, makes us think that you're not really worthy of and capable of providing what you say you are. And it makes us rethink spending time and absorbing your content and being on your website. Now, to check if you have any 404 within your website, you can set up yourself a Google Search Console on your website and check for crawl errors. You can also use a free 404 checker. Just go to Google, type in free 404 checker, something's gonna pop up. There in Google Search Console, it's pretty easy, but you can go deep in it. But there's little step-by-steps on there that you can get visuals to. I'm not really wanting to get into it because I don't think that I just use it for the simplicity areas of it, for the simple areas. I'm not huge, super knowledgeable on Search Console, but I do know how to do this. But it changes, and they went from an old style to a new style, kind of like the YouTube beta, if you are familiar with that. And things change and things could change, so I don't really want to get into it. Just typing in how to check crawl errors for a 404 page within Search Console, and something's going to pop up for you for that. But I told you what you need to do. And then to check, like I said, you're just going to post a URL in today, either if you're using a 404 checker or within Search Console, and it's going to let you know if you have any, and then you can fix it then through that. So, like I said, thank you for reviewing. And if you haven't reviewed, thank you for taking the time in your future to go and review the podcast. Share this with someone who is looking on some ways to keep people on their website, and share the podcast in general with other entrepreneurs and business owners. And if you are on Instagram, that's a good place to keep in touch with me too. If you can also ask me questions. Let me know what's going on with your business. Are you struggling? Let me see what you're doing good. Share some success with me. Let me see those pictures. See that life that you got going. Let me see some goals that you're achieving. If you want to connect like that with an Instagram, all you have to do is go to Instagram and type in KHill_entrepreneur podcast. That's all you got to do. Like I said, it is KHill, that's KHILL_entrepreneur podcast. Now, if you are an entrepreneur or you are looking to grow, create, and learn tips on every area to grow and create a successful business, then subscribe to this podcast. Subscribe to this podcast and let's make something happen. While tuning in every Thursday, you're going to get some real actionable tips. So why not subscribe? And I appreciate you for doing so. But until next time, I'll see you next week. Keep out hustling, keep outperforming, keep stepping to it, getting to it, creating success, hustling, and achieving your goals, growing that business, creating a successful business. See you on Instagram or see you next Thursday. Peace out. Be easy. Keep hustling.